I want to introduce everybody to the Boho Hostel in Malta, and my understanding in Malta that any hostel that has the first floor needs to be renovated for wheelchair and disability accessibility. So we're gonna go through the main area and check out the wheelchair accessible suite. So big room. And they had to actually add this bathroom. So huge doors. Oops. All the stuff that you would need, the higher toilet, the wall bars, completely wheelchair accessible shower, railings, once again the sink. So I'm just letting people know that if you want to go to hostels in Malta, it's an option. This is kind of a standard, and maybe that'll save you some money and you'll enjoy the hostel life if you're using a chair or a walker or have any mobility issues.
Thank you, Penny, for having such a beautiful place to stay. Can you tell me a little bit about how your hostel came to be?
How my hostel came to be? I think it's a mixture of things I've picked up during my trips, ideas I've picked up during my trips, combined with everyday inspiration. So that's the design part of it. How it actually came to be as an idea, it was a backpacking trip, traveling on my own a while back, 6 years ago now. Stayed in hostels, came back. There were no hostels back then in Malta. So I opened my first hostel, which wasn't Boho. It was another hostel close by. And yeah, that's it. The rest is what you see today. Just a mismatched, or like you like to say, eclectic hostel in St. Giljan's.
Yeah. Can you tell me, what are some of your biggest accomplishments since turning 30?
Since turning 30, if I have to be honest, I would say from a business point of view, my biggest accomplishments were in my late 20s because I opened 3 hostels after each other. In my 30s, I've been looking to expand, but I can't find the right property. So that was just a matter of chance and luck. I don't think getting older has anything to do with having less accomplishments. I suppose my biggest accomplishment is I'm buying my first home, which I hopefully will move into in the next 2 months. It's in Sliema, it's a little maisonette. All grown up. So that would be my biggest accomplishment on that level. Then obviously there's other levels of fulfillment and accomplishment. But from that point of view, yeah, my first house.
Yeah. Tell me about some of those fulfillment accomplishments.
Fulfillment accomplishments, I think the older I get, and especially since I did hit my 30s, which has only been 3 years in all fairness, so I can't speak like I'm a guru or anything, but I think I've become a lot more mindful and more honest with myself, and I accept myself more for who I am rather than who I'd like to be, you know? So I think mindfulness plays a big part of that. In terms of relationships as well, you cherish your closest friends and you learn through time who they are. You cherish your partner, you cherish your family. It's all the things your grandmother used to tell you basically do manifest, and they're right. You become more mindful.
What kind of attitude do you think you possess to reach these accomplishments?
I suppose from a business point of view, it's I'm very stubborn, so I just don't take a no. If it's a no, I'm going to go in like full throttle and get my way. From a personal point of view, I think it's just being aware and doing a lot of reading and interacting with the right people who know more than you, and just surrounding yourself with so much positive energy. So yeah, that's it. And from a business point of view as well, you know, it's confidence in yourself and belief in the product, which is why I think with Boho I did so well, because I have utter faith in it. You know, I love it, and if I were backpacking, I'd choose this as a hostel, and yeah.
Can you tell me, how do you overcome fear and negative thinking?
Fear and negative thinking. Okay, I meditate, so that's a big part of it. If I have to be honest, even though many people see me as a positive person, I'm actually quite cynical and negative, so I have to kind of pull myself up quite a bit to bring myself to that state of mind. One of the tricks for two So let's start with the easy one. Wine gets me there, okay, when I'm having a few negative thoughts. And nature, I just surround myself by nature. I love nature, I love plants, I love animals, and they just give me so much relief. So those moments when maybe you're starting to think negatively, or if you had a plan in mind, you're doubting it, I take a few deep breaths and I, semi-meditate, because I don't spend more than a few minutes just breathing. And I just bring myself to nature. That's why I like to surround myself with it.
And definitely, I'll go around and do a bit of videoing. There's quite a bit of nature here. There's plants everywhere.
Exactly. And at home I have animals, so those are the kind of things I like to surround myself by. Yeah.
I'll have to find the cat. What's the cat's name?
Cat Stevens. Yeah, she'll come by when she's hungry again.
Yeah. If you could give one piece of advice to the world, this being the world, what would it be?
Hello world. One piece of advice coming from a 33-year-old who's in a good place in her life right now would be just breathe. Breathe and take it easy. Don't sweat the small stuff. I'm lucky that I can say I didn't have many big problems in life. So my advice to someone who's maybe going through a lot of heartache is petty and stupid, but I think breathing and getting yourself grounded and seeing what is really important is the biggest piece of advice I can do. And travel, take at least one nice trip a year and try to do it on your own, because it just really makes you grown up. Definitely.
And other than buying a house in the next couple months, what are your other future plans?
Future plans would be, I definitely want to expand and open another hostel. I've been looking for a property for a couple of years, but I haven't found any, because as you know, Malta is so heavily constructed that these old beautiful houses don't exist as much anymore. But that's on the cards, and I'm sure I'll accomplish that. And then, on a personal level, maybe, I don't know, one day settle down, have kids, get married, but that's not going to happen in the next couple of months, right? So in the next couple of months, I'm going to enjoy my summer. I'm going to keep looking for property. When it comes, it comes. And that's it. Plan another trip. Keep on doing this.
Where do you want to go?
I think my next one will be Africa. I'd like to go to Mozambique. I'd like to go to Kenya. Yeah. I've already been to Morocco, and that's very westernized. So I'd like to travel around there quite a bit. I think I love Africa. I don't know. Got this feeling. Have you been?
No, but it's on the list.
It's on the list as well?
It's on the world list.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank
you
you,
for
Michelle.
Your beautiful hostel.
Thank you.
Call it a home.
Yes, perfect. And you are part of it, When you say it's a great hostel, my guests like you make it, the atmosphere and everything. So thank you.